Hey everybody, Danny Griffin with another weekend update for all you hard-working realtors out there. This week I want to talk about a concept that really was highlighted during the negotiation of a sale that I had going with my buyer. But ironically, it's about the net sheet for the seller. And what is a net sheet? Well, very simply put, if you don't know, it's where you throw in what's being grossed and you subtract out all of the expenses, including, yes, your commission. So the scenario here was that my buyer client was looking to buy a house where the seller was basically unrepresented. It was an MLS entry listing only. One of the hazards of those is that it leaves the seller alone to negotiate. So we have a precarious situation in that I'm there contracted to do the best and get the best deal for my buyer, but in the same breath, you know what happens in any deal. It's a win-win situation. So how do you educate that seller so that they can make a rational, good decision for themselves, even when you don't represent them? Well, in this case, I asked my buyer for permission to perform a net sheet on every offer that we made so that the seller could stay focused on what she would walk away with. And I have to tell you, it was absolutely critical, because it was very easy for her to see at the first offer how light the offer was compared to where she'd like to be, but yet it encouraged her to continue her negotiation, and we came up with what I think is a great price for the buyer and a very fair price for the seller as well. So it was a win-win, all because of a simple net sheet. Everybody feels like they were treated fairly. Where else could you use a net sheet? Well, you must and should be using it every time you sit with a seller to discuss listing their home. Because after all, it's the end result. It's the impact. Where are we going with this? What will I walk away with? You can really bring the seller's anxiety down. And I also think if you frame it out properly, where you show what they would net at the very low end, if things don't go anywhere near where they expect them to go, and the reasonable high end, where it could go based on evidence and information that you properly supply. Show them the net. Okay, it's important not only for you to know how they're going to react to those two nets, but also for them to see and begin to make their plans and be prepared so that when an offer comes in, negotiation is much smoother and much less emotional. That's the tip for the weekend for all you realtors out there. Keep working hard at this. Get your net sheets out there, and I think that you're going to find the majority of the time when you write up a net sheet, it's a positive surprise for that seller. I'll see you next week.